afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at Milestone Capital Growth Portfolio.com. Today is Wednesday, February 10th. We're going to talk about some travel stocks for a couple of reasons. The first reason is EXPE has exploded after hours and it's sitting up here at the upper Bollinger, hit the upper Bollinger Band, 111, then pull back down, sitting right about 105 in that area. But that's where the spike was, right up to the 11142, and it's currently sitting in this area, the 105 from last I checked. Um, and here's the gap on EXPE. I would expect that gap to be gotten. All right, that is at 124.03. I listened to the conference call for well over an hour, and it went awesome. They're doing some amazing things, and with home away and everything else, with that purchase under their belt, they should be rocking. Okay, so keep an eye on the 124 gap, 124.03. But as noted in earlier videos, my trade members. I traded some PCLN and TRIP, had some positions for a longer period of time for specific reasons. So I alerted my members a few days ago. PCLN was up 283% coming into the close already. So we're going to take a look at that one right now. So now that PCLN is a little bit higher after hours, I believe, last I checked, it was I think in the 108.5 or 83, somewhere in that area. So it's well over the middle Bollinger Band. The gap on this should be very interesting tomorrow. And we had a beautiful move so far from this low, from the alert we hit today. It's been up $94 already, and tomorrow, depending on where we go, we could hit this 1148 to the upper Bollinger Band. And then we have TRIP reporting too. We'll take a look at that chart next. But we have two gaps on PCLN, 1273 and 1428. You could follow my trades on WhatsApp. We're a little over 900% so far for this week. Our goal is 30%, just like last week. We hit 1800%, 1900%. But my goal is always 30%. I always make sure I have a target of gains of 30%. A couple losses, no big deal. That plays the role as long as your wins are better than your losses. That's the way it goes to be successful. So nobody's perfect, and that'll never happen. If so, please let me know who it is because I'd love to follow that person. Anyway, all right. So PCLN has this gap and this gap. They have earnings next week. Okay, next week. I don't know what they're going to do, and I don't know how they're going to gap tomorrow, but I know we're sitting pretty with our positions from my alerts. You can get my alerts by going to milestonecapitalgrowthportfolio.com, and you can go to the Join Us, any Join Us button, or become a member or whatever, and it takes you to the page. It's the first column. You'll see WhatsApp, WhatsApp membership. You can get that membership, and you don't have to be a member to the website. You can just have that, and I will deliver all my trades right to your phone via WhatsApp before I make the trade. Just for the record, before I make the trade. All right, so at PCLN, we're loving for this move. We do have some excitement here, and the 1273 looks like we could get that pre-earnings if everything goes well, but we'll have to see what happens. All right, let's take a look at TRIP actually, because that one is tomorrow night, I believe. I'll have to double check that, either tomorrow during the day. But that's up pretty healthy after hours. It hit 60 at one point. I think it's at 58 right now, somewhere in that area. So those options are going to be looking pretty exciting. This one here has a beautiful gap right here at 84.94. Relative strength index is at 13. Imagine that, 13. So just a move from the bottom Bollinger Band to the upper Bollinger Band is going to take it up to $77. We'll have to see how that goes, but I think these are going to pay off very nicely for our members, along with many others. Also, one other one, Amazon had some news this evening about buybacks. I'm not 100% positive what it was, and they were up after hours also. That's another one of my trades this week that I alerted, and that should do very, very well tomorrow. Even though the market's not doing very well, as long as we have the good stuff all set up technically, we do well. All right, so it doesn't matter what's going on out there, as long as you protect yourself and play what's playable. All right, this is Matt over Milestone Capital Growth Portfolio.com. Underneath this video on YouTube, I will also have a link so you can join my trades right from that. You don't want to miss another trade because it's costing you money. All right, everyone, have yourself a fantastic night.